Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how to play like a survivor god. Now, alright. So to start off, we'll start with knowing your surroundings and just being aware in general. To be a good survivor, it is good to know each map and to know sound cues for killers, such as voice lines or just sounds, like John Doe's error code 409, something like that, and 1x's unstable eye. That means if you're, say, 2-time 007 and 7, noob, or anybody with an undetectable ability, he can stay hidden from the radar. I will say that undetectable no longer works in Last Man Standing, so just be aware of that. Next up, we have looping. Looping is the process of keeping the killer in a circular motion. It is quite a simple but easy to mess up thing. You always want to make sure that you stop at the same time as the killer, which also leads into our next topic, which is stamina managing. So, the way stamina managing works, say if a Jason is coming at you at Mach 10 speed and has been running for 3 seconds, he's probably at 80 stamina or less. That's because killers spawn with 110 stamina, so you'll estimate probably around 80. You always want to have more stamina than the killer. There has been an update that makes it so killers regain stamina faster than survivors. So you have to be aware of that as well. But it's a mere minuscule difference. And it won't, mess up your entire loop. Now back to looping. You're gonna take the killer in a circular motion. The best places to loop are like the castle in Brayden's work, the ball pit in Cool Carnival, and some can even say the house in Yorick's resting place. So those are all 3 good spots. But there's been another update which makes it so stamina for the killer doesn't deplete if it's like over 250 studs away from a pathway. So that means rivers and even killer doors, you won't waste any stamina. So just be aware for that. I don't know if they've already patched it, but hopefully they did, since that was crazy. Next up, we have juking. Juking is more of a last resort, but if done properly, you can escape a chase, or at least just keep the chase going until a teammate can help, which most likely won't happen, since teammates in this game suck. Seriously though. So, you usually want to fake your movement rapidly. That means going in one direction, then sprinting to the other direction. Just like one would do in, say, tag. Another style of looping is going in a straight line to throw off the killer. This is not as useful as the other method, though. I will admit that I get thrown off a lot when people do that, because when I turn around to attack, they're already back behind me. So, you must be wary of that. Although juking is not a skill you can accomplish immediately, you will get it over time, just like I did. Next up, we have Last Man Standing. Last man standing is quite a complicated thing. You have a lack of allies, and you are aware of the killer's position, and the killer's aware of yours. So it's most likely that they will be going to your position to, kill you. So you need to be quite aware of that. So what you're gonna want to do, really, is wait for the killer to go to you, since they'll most likely be out of stamina. Unless they regain it while they're in your area. But since the time is constantly ticking, they probably won't. So they'll probably be around at 60 stamina or less. So make sure you have full stamina. Then, if you have a Bloxy Cola, use it. I will say that a Bloxy Cola takes 5 seconds to use. So you should do it when they're about 6 seconds away. Alright. So now we're moving on to the specifics. Survivalists. Your role on the team is to do generators and tick the clock down. Your movesets really keep you going in a chase. Like 007's clones can make it so 007 can regain stamina while the killer wasted chasing after the clone. Now we have Noob. Noobs has a speed, overheal, and invisibility. Invisibility full is powerful, especially when you pair with slate skin and a stone wall, like on Brandon's world here. You can barely even see me. Next up we have the Sentinels. There are 4 Sentinels in the game: Shadletsky, Guest, Two Time, and Chance. For Shadletsky, you're gonna want to use your sword either behind a wall or when you're in front of the killer. Usually it won't work if you're behind them, since the sword takes a long time to actually swing, so they'll probably be able to dodge it. Another good time to use the sword is if you're trapped, so you can stun the killer. Say if a Jason is completely piling you in say the closet of Horror Hotel, then you can stun them and escape. Next up we have Guest. I have been playing Guest more since my tier list video, and he's actually not that bad, alright? I will say the best times to do your block is when the killer already hit you once. And use their cautiousness to your ability, though you might try and bait your block. So, just don't block. There's this thing called the housefly technique. I don't really believe it. It doesn't look too much like a block, and it takes forever to do the quote-unquote fake block. So, just use them baiting out to your advantage. And also, if you are gonna block so they can't see you block. Even though it might not mean you get the parry, it's still fine. So, moving on to Two Time. Two Time is an interesting one. You are gonna want to get a second life, or do you? The thing with Two Time is that you can also play stealthy with your crouch. A lot of people tend to not play him this way, but if you do, that's also fine. And use the stab instead of more I gotta backstab the killer, and more of as a last resort. And that's always fine. Next up is Chance. Chance is a full-on gamble, literally. So, if you're having trouble with using him, you must have bad luck. He's all luck-based, but there's one thing that really doesn't count on luck, and that's your aim. I sucked at aiming, but I just kept practicing and practicing and practicing. If you have a friend that also plays Forsaken, you guys can hop in a private server, which is free, and practice shooting each other's champs. Here's a tip. Always use shift lock and try to zoom in so you're in first person. It helps you aim. So, moving on to supports. There are 4 supports: Elliot, Builderman, Dusakar, and Taff. Elliot is the support I have most experience with, so I should be able to give good knowledge. So first of all, use Rush Hour, not immediately, but more like when the killer drains more of their stamina, so that they probably won't be able to catch up to you. Then for the pizza, a hack is that you only have to do 1 generator puzzle and then let your teammates do the rest. Then it'll add the extra bonus for his passive. And always wait to heal a teammate unless they're under 50 health. Because if someone else is in chase, they might need more help than, say, the 007 and 7, who has 74 health. Moving on to Builderman. Builderman is a nice one. Always try and put your sentries on high ground or places hard for the killer to get. And put your sentry spots in corners as well, so the killer has to go out of their way to destroy it, while you can run away. So, moving on to Dusakar. Dusakar is an odd one. He usually gets targeted first, since usually the people that play him are sweats. I target them first as well. But if you are not targeted first, he's very powerful. First of all, your plasma beam. It doesn't do much. But if you can hit like a bunch of people in a row, say giving 2 survivors speed 1, then the killer slowness 2, it can be very beneficial. And about aiming it, you just have to give more practice as well. His shield is also very powerful. Try and make it so you're like sneaky, so the killer can't like see you. And also, don't shield like the same person if they like run towards you. Like if you've already played with them and they run towards you, since they're probably just gonna do it again. Moving on to his passive, floating. There's not much to say, he just floats. He's very silent, very stealthy. He's great for the blind spot tactic, video coming soon. So, always be free to use the ability to your advantage. Next up, and finally, is Taff. Taff is a tricky little trickster. If you use him right, he can be an absolute pain for the killer. Put your trip mines in popular looping spots, and the same thing with tripwires. I know a lot of people try to make like bases for yourself, but if you want to play him correctly, you're gonna have to like maybe throw a trip mine in the middle of where the killer is or something. Now that he has 100 health, he's way more, survivable. His tripwires are powerful, giving slowness 2 for a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but it's long. And bringing out the location, which can be helpful if you're far away. It's just like something to let you know and others where the killer is. Trip mines are very powerful, giving helpless. don't put them in too obvious spots and don't hide like behind them like a lot of taps do. Because the killer can just go forward and back up. That's what I do most of the times. So try and put them in shadows. Thomas, a pay to win skin is the Y2K because his trip mines are much more like darker than others. And you can actually blend into dark backgrounds and shadows. So with this makes up the fundamentals of my Forsaken guide. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and goodbye!